Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be doing my episode review and discussing my reaction to the season 3 premiere of Fear the Walking Dead, which premiered earlier tonight on AMC. I just watched it a few moments ago. Whew, wow, a lot of stuff went down. Man, that was a lot for a premiere episode, and I mean a lot, 2 episodes worth. So before I start gushing and going on and on about it, of course, as usual, please be warned that this video will be full of spoilers regarding the season 3 premiere for Fear the Walking Dead. If you're not caught up on Fear the Walking Dead by season 2, or at least if you haven't seen this episode, do not keep watching or listening to it, as I will be discussing big spoilers. Big spoilers. So that being said, you have been warned. Overall, really liked it. Really liked it. Some moments really took me by surprise. It was, I really liked the overall feel or vibe of the episode, or I should say the episodes, because to my surprise, I did not know this until I started watching it. This was a 2-hour premiere. I can't remember if they did that last year or not, but this was a full-on 2-hour premiere for the season. One episode back to back. It was a lot to take in. There was a lot going on there, and I gotta say, I liked it. I really liked it. The whole vibe was a lot grittier and dirtier and a bit darker, and it showed us that society is rapidly decaying, much like the flesh of the living dead, and our characters are starting to become increasingly more desperate and primal, and I really like that because it makes things really interesting. We see Madison becoming this really take no shit, everything is for my family type attitude, and she's becoming this this warrior woman basically. And we did see her we saw her break down a little bit in tonight's episode, which is understandable considering what happened to Travis. That was a shocker. I mean, shit, they killed him in the season premiere. I mean, they killed a major character in the season premiere. I guess they're taking after Walking Dead, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that was unexpected, and as sad as it was to see a big nasty gash wound in his throat from a bullet wound, and then of course it's revealed, oh crap, he did get bit by a walker when he was thrown in the walker pit. By the way, how messed up was that? Executing people in cold blood and then betting on, with stacks of stolen money, most likely, betting on with your buddies how long it's going to take for them to transform, and then making guesses based on the person's weight, height, and age, and then race, apparently. I mean, that's fucked up. That's pretty dark, and it was when I realized what they were doing, I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? This isn't the National Guard. This isn't the military. Maybe these guys were in the military once, but what's going on with them? I loved the nod to the Walking Dead comic graphic novel moment. It was in the beginning where we see Madison, having her face fight with Troy, creepy Troy. God, I hope he dies. I already don't like him. He's a little evil little sociopath of a prick, and I don't like him. Anyway, she uses a spoon to almost dig out his eye, basically, and we see it too. There's a good close-up. The camera zooms in, and we see the eye almost within scooping range of his eyeball, with the spoon, about to scoop out his eyeball. That's taken from the Walking Dead graphic novel issue, where Michonne, in the graphic novel, in the comics, she gets her revenge on the governor by mutilating him, and to finish him off, she uses a spoon to dig out one of his eyes. So now, of course, we have another one-eyed prick in the universe of The Walking Dead. In this case, his name is Troy, who seems to be a full-blown sociopath. And what's worse is that his father and brother don't seem that surprised by this kind of or type of behavior from him. So it really makes you wonder what kind of management they've got going on in this new ranch, this Brokejaw Ranch. And it sounds like it was basically, the way the way they painted it, this sanctuary. As the main guy was explaining it to Madison, it was all about preparing for the fall of democracy. They were doomsday preppers. it basically sounds like a paranoid, most likely ultra conservative or like pro right wing kind of guy or something, whatever, preparing for the fall of democracy because of the way the government was running and the way of the world, and they were prepared for everything except a zombie apocalypse. And is this Texas? It feels like this is Texas, because if they were at the border, the American side would obviously be Texas, right? Yeah, I mean, they didn't say it outright, but I'm pretty sure that they're supposed to be in Texas. Anyway, so, they've got this nice sanctuary, and it looks like it's filled with mostly people, regular citizens, with a couple of paramilitary soldiers and whatnot. And what also really, one of the many things that surprised me, I was surprised with Travis's death, and especially the way he died, allowing himself to fall out of a helicopter. What surprised me was that this guy was willing to let Madison and her children continue to stay and live there, despite the fact she almost gouged his son's eye out with a spoon. But then again, like I said, this guy doesn't seem too surprised by his son's sociopathic behavior, so maybe he's like, maybe that'll calm him down or something. But I don't know, but overall, this was a good opener. It had its exciting dark moments, and there was a couple times there where I thought we were gonna lose Lucy, but it looks like we haven't so far. And there were a couple moments there where I thought she had just turned and she was gonna wake up, open her eyes, and bite Nick or something like that, but that didn't happen. Oh, I was so happy to see Victor Strand. I was so happy to see Strand, my favorite character. Why the hell he was posing as a doctor, I don't know, but obviously that didn't last long. Crazy mother of the bride gave him the keys to a car that was going to be a wedding present, and of course, as soon as he opened the patio door, I thought, she's going to throw herself out the window. She's nuts. She's depressed. She's going to throw herself out the window, and sure enough, she did. And then they tell Strand, yeah, you got to get out of here before they discover you're not a doctor. And he did do something that was genuinely good and not too sleazy. He did help deliver a baby, of course, under the pretense of being cut by the guy who was threatening him with the knife, but he did something good. And I am very excited and very curious as to what is going to become of Strand, and also if he's ever going to reunite with the Clark family, because that seems to be all who's left of our original group: Madison, Nick, and Alicia. Because Travis and his son are dead. Ophelia's out there somewhere. We don't know if we're ever going to see her again, or if she's going to reunite with our characters ever. So for now, it looks like the Clarks are taking up residence in the ranch, and Strand is hitting the road with it is sweet-ass cars. So, like I said, very good season opener. I'm definitely going to keep watching. I'll keep watching until I lose interest or until the series ends or the season ends. But I definitely intend on keep watching, and I hope you guys intend on watching as well. It's a good show. And, like I said last season, the show continues to escalate with each episode. So I'm sure next week's episode is going to be another doozy, and so on and so forth. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me for another episode review here on the EdWord. Fear the Walking Dead has returned with its third season, premiering new episodes every Sunday night on EMC. Check your local times and listings for when it airs in your area. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as we follow along the most recent season of Fear here on the EdWord. And also like this video and check out my Facebook page in the description down below. I think you'll like what you see. Have a great rest of the night and a great weekend if I don't see you guys again. Thanks again for stopping by, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you. Okay. I almost completely forgot, but I meant to bring this up in my first video, so I'm just going to edit this in later. But highlight my favorite scene from tonight's episode, if I had one, would definitely have to be the creep soldier getting what's coming to him when he puts his ear up to the wall, and you think a zombie's going to break through and pull him through, which it does happen, but then the rats come pouring out, which was pretty nasty and shocking. And then, of course, you realize they're running from the Walking Dead, and then a walker grabs him, bites him on the face, practically rips his mouth off, and then as it pulls him through the hole in the wall, his head goes backwards, like completely squishing his body like this and then pulling it through. Oh man, that was something else. That was awesome. That was like karma at its finest, and I loved it. I hated that little prick. I'm glad he got what was coming to him, and it was a great way to show us that. Oh yeah, there's a big zombie herd making its way in the base. Okay, that's my final thought. Have a great night, guys.